talking about Boris, I mean, this is the first time we saw you in an avatar like this, and you know, in fact, I will say that we saw you at the airport the other day, and the newspapers made there were huge headlines saying that, you know, Saif goes
lost
blonde.
his mind,
You know, goes blonde. And was it easy for you to say yes to something like that?
You know, what I do kind of feel massively vindicated by is the fact that you are also complimenting it, and generally the press and India in general has eventually, you know, vindicated and applauded the choice. So cinema somewhere, that's not the only reason you do it, I mean, you know, but it rewards the brave, and it rewards people who do slightly, and it's a little frightening at times, you know, you feel that, okay, you can get laughed at, you can get panned completely, but I think you have to lose that fear, and if you're genuinely driven by a desire to entertain, rather than, you know, just be different for the sake of being different, then you tend to get away with it, or at least we got away with it this time.
You and Kareena are clearly one of the greater romances that we've seen off screen.
Right.
And on screen, clearly it hasn't been working.
You know, because I don't know why. I mean, maybe there'll be the film that comes. But I don't really particularly, I think something happens to me also when I work with her, because normally when I work, it's not that I'm competitive, but I'm very individual. I mean, you're not really thinking about anybody else except what you're doing. And I think there's a kind of a politeness or a comfort that comes in when I work with her that borders on being a little, there's no tension as such, you know. And I think tension and that kind of chemistry comes from sometimes strangers who are working together, and it's in a script, of course. But I think it's a disadvantage to kind of cast us together for an interesting filmmaker, because, you know, there's a certain baggage that brings it down rather than elevates it, I feel. And it's more interesting for people to see us working with different people. So, yeah. I mean, you know, I guess I've lost out on working with one of the best actresses in
So
town.
are you saying you're not going to be working with Kareena?
Unless it's a great script. I mean, our track record has also shown that it's not necessarily, I don't think it's a pair that works on screen. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's a, you know, that it's a very shocking comment to say that, because our past has shown that.